I got in this morning. I was in South Africa. That's a country full of lots of violence and lots of hatred, but it's also full of lots of love and lots of good people. But I was there mourning the very recent murder of my sister. So this evening goes out to her and in her memory.
Grief is something that you can't avoid. It doesn't go away. It might disappear for a little while, but it's still there. It somehow needs to be lived through.
Then I'll let you go.
David was ready to do something new, to record and be in a studio.
In the summer of 1994, Dave Matthews Band was recording Under the Table and Dreaming.
I think every record is cathartic in its own way. And Under the Table and Dreaming, that was a good thing for Dave.
Under the Table and Dreaming was dedicated to Anne, just his little way of saying goodbye or whatever he did to make him feel better.
He was incredibly energized by it and simply believed in what he was doing. The whole band did.
Nobody had any doubts that the record wasn't going to be great because the songs were already road tested for years.
All those songs that I had heard them play live and I'd heard them change and finally could just lay them down, you know, the right version.
David never wanted to compromise the integrity of the music. Sometimes we'd have to do an edit for radio. And David said, listen, if you want to do an edit for radio, I'm cool with that. But for the album, if you edit that solo, he said, I'll kill you.
The man is an artist. He's a poet. He truly is. Those people do not pull their punches.
Dave Matthews definitely expresses his emotions through his music.
He writes really complex songs about deep issues that sneak up on you. When you actually stop and think about the lyrics, it's like, you know, wow, that's about death. Well, that's a really cheery song about death.
He has a message inherent in his music that there's hope. That's what I love about him. Under the Table and Dreaming, when it was released, debuted at number 34 on the Billboard charts.
Coming out of the box, it made some noise.
But was it a complete slam dunk at mainstream radio? No, I don't think so. I think Dave Matthews Band was still under the radar.
The band made us keep our foot only half on the gas pedal. There was no video right out of the box. There was not a big picture of Dave and the band.
It wasn't like some people sitting behind the desk in New York and LA saying, what are we going to do with these kids? Let's dress them in this outfit and let's have them dance and do this. You know, it wasn't that.
It was like, leave an air of mystery about it and leave it about the music, not about the imaging, not about the marketing.
It was really the five of us, you know, saying, you know, let's play these songs and let's play them like there's no tomorrow, you know.
They were playing bigger and bigger venues, and they were getting more and more press.
Because we could get to a place and pack the room, that's why the media came to us.
Just kept building and building. You know, everyone just got on board, you know, because it was just one of those things where how could you deny this?
Thank y'all very much to see you. Bye-bye.
There was a focus to keep your eye on the ball and don't get caught up in the whole, you know, wow, we're becoming rock stars. The band decided, let's go make another great record.
Shortly after the release of Under the Table and Dreaming, the band went into the studio to record Crash.
We were singing all different notes there, weren't we?
We knew we had the bulk of a great record. Once again, a lot of songs that had been played for a while in concert.
So much to say, so much to say, so much to say, so much to say.
So Much to Say was one of those songs that we always wanted to record, and I was very, very excited when we did record it. It did come out so well.
But the new songs that came out of that session were also encouraging. Crash Into Me was written in the studio.
I remember Bruce and I being very excited about that song and going, oh man, that song is just, it's amazing.
His girlfriend at the time, now his wife, Ashley, would visit every now and again, and when she'd leave, he'd just be all broken up, and he would just kind of like pour out these tunes, and that's where Crash came from.
You got your ball, you got your chain tied to me, tie me up again.
There's certain songs that feel like they came straight out of someone's soul, just right onto the paper and then right through the voice, and I think that's one of them.
Lost for you, I'm so lost for you.
There was no way that song was not going to be a hit. It was that good.
Come crash into me.
Crash was released in April of 1996.
There was no sophomore slump. Crash just blew up.
Crash debuted at number 2 on the Billboard charts.
That was really when the band started to really take off on the mainstream.
They had hit songs on the radio, and pretty much everyone knew their name.
At that point, you knew this band was everywhere.
For Best Rock Performance by a Duo or Group, the Grammy goes to the Dave Matthews Band for So Much to Say.
Yeah, so much to say.
For a touring band to come out and receive that attention and win an award was really exciting.
Everybody just sort of looking at each other, and then somebody slowly rose and we walked up to the stage to receive it.
Thank you all very much for this. I had no idea.
It was just wild, you know, that from the Eastern Standard and frat house and all these things that we've been doing, all these hundreds and hundreds of gigs, and then here we are, we won a Grammy.
When you get to that level where like the Grammys start getting involved, it's a whole nother thing now, and you're being recognized by your peers and by the industry.
They just weren't a little band from Virginia anymore.
David has this quiet charisma. He has the ability to draw people in without trying, and he's very sincere.
Fame has done nothing to change the kind of person that he is, and that has so much to do with the family that he's from.
Dave has demonstrated the strength and the resolve that his father had, and I'm very saddened that his father has not had the pleasure of seeing Dave grow into a man.
He's had a lot of tragedy in his life, a lot of death, and he's had to deal with these things. And I think that a lot of what he is saying comes from his life experience.
You hear it in the songs, you hear it in the way he touches his guitar. Everything about his music. It's just a deep, genuine thing.
He's not trying to be anything other than exactly who he is. So he just accepts all the different sides of himself, which is human.
It all comes from here with Dave, and you can't mess with that.
Baby, I dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it.